Yes, people, we are back live on the channel for another football news and updates show. I've done one last week, and I thought I might as well do it again because last week I kind of got a good. I actually did a good show last week with AK Sports, or AK Academy, excuse me, as his name is. Make sure you go show him some love as well. Make sure you subscribe to him. But yeah, we're gonna be doing it again because I thought the segment was quite good. We got some good news out of the way. We can discuss long on things. Even you joined last week as well, King. So and you joined again today. So big up to you, bro. Thank you for joining again.
Big up, Kevin. Big up, people. Subscribe to this channel. Obviously, you can get their likes up. It helps a lot of people see the other channel. We want to get more people on this channel as possible. So, yeah, subscribe, man. Kevin's making some good content. So, it's for free. You're not paying anything. So, know
Yep.
what I mean? Just hit the like button and subscribe. You know what I'm saying? If you're on your phone or whatever you're on, or you're on your computer, or you're on your Xbox, whatever you're on, subscribe and like this video and like the channel.
Yeah, people. I'm actually 12 away from 100 subs. So if you could you know sub and like and share that'd be amazing. Just getting it across to the socials right now. So yeah, we're gonna be discussing a lot of what's in the title. We're gonna be discussing other things as well. So you please make sure you pull through. Make sure you subscribe and like and share and all that sorts. King, what were you saying, bro? Like you excited? You feel like you know you're ready for this week. Some good discussion. We're gonna discuss a lot of things, man. A lot. We have a lot to discuss about today.
Yeah, yeah. I can't wait for the first game against Ipswich. Ruben Amorim's first game. Fascinated to see what he does for that game. And obviously, the interesting news about Manchester City, obviously Pep Guardiola. So yeah, like yeah, man, like I'm happy to see football actually back because international breaks. I'm not a big fan of international break. I find them boring international breaks. So yeah, man, we should see some good football. Obviously, we're not going to have an international break until March, so
Which is a good
so
thing.
games are going to be coming quick and fast. So
Yep.
yeah, like I'm looking forward to see how Amarim and the players deal with with the game with the games every 3 days. Every 3 days, there's going to be a game. So looking forward to it, man.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. But yeah, let's actually get started on some of the news. I've actually retweeted earlier on my AN Sports channel. So people, if you have not followed my AN Sports Twitter, please make sure you do. I'm on 20 followers right now. You can get me up to at least 30 followers by the end of this week would be nice. Um, I retweet a lot about sports, a lot about football, tennis, basketball, and all that sort. So please make sure you go and check it out. We will be discussing the first news we will be discussing about is the big one that's just pulled through in the Premier League. It's about Pep Guardiola, and it says here Pep Guardiola has agreed to stay at Manchester City for one more season. New contract to be valid until June 2026, with an option to extend until June 2027. As revealed in October, City was always confident to keep Pep, never spoke to other coaches. Which is, you know what, with Man City, they've decided that they're gonna keep Pep now. They're gonna they're gonna make sure that he stays until at least 2027 maximum, or maybe he might stay further. We never know. But as of what we see right now, we're sort of happy with we're sort of happy. Man City are sort of happy with Pep Guardiola staying, and they've got him a new contract. They tied him down. They knew that Ruben Amorim was coming in. They knew that Slot was doing well with Liverpool. So City have not spoken to new managers and coaches, so they've kept him. And I think it's a good thing for City, and I think it's a warning to the rest of the league to raise the bar, raise the standards, because City's not going anywhere. Pep's not going anywhere anytime soon. City have been dominating the Premier League for about almost a decade now. So actually, it's been 10 years since they won their first Premier League title since they won their second Premier League title, or a bit more than a decade. Excuse me. But the main talking point is the owners in the Premier League now need to be more serious. Now that Pep's staying, people say, "Oh, but we can't beat Pep." Really? I don't think that I don't think that's true. You can beat Pep. You can. You're just not ruthless enough or serious enough. That's the problem, right? And now Pep is staying. What do you think? What do you think that says to the rest of the league? What do you think that what do you think is the verdict of this? Because I think now this is a big benchmark that Man City have set, right? And now everyone has to look at Pep, be like, oh no, he's staying. So now we have to try and push on. This is like where I think clubs need to start looking into like getting more serious about actually like building teams that can compete with Man City or try and beat them. Because now Ruben Amorim's coming to United. I hope he's the one. Slot Liverpool, they hope he's the one. Arsenal, Arteta, still in the air, right? And you've also got Maresca with Chelsea, also in the air. And Unai Emery with Villa, not league title competitive, but in Europe they've been doing really well. So my question to you is, bro, what message does this send to the rest of the league, and what do you take from all this Pep staying at Man City? What is your view on the whole this? I'll let you have the floor, bro.
Yeah, it's very interesting actually. I look at it in two ways. One, I agree with you. More teams like Man United, Liverpool, Arsenal. Obviously Chelsea's been spending a lot anyway, but obviously Chelsea still need certain players in certain areas. Obviously, the big six, the other big six teams need to spend more money to be able to compete, so that they can compete for City. Because yes, we all know doing a 4P. I'm not going to take that away from Man City. That's a huge achievement in world football. Doing a 4P, that's a huge achievement, and doing a treble, that's a huge achievement. But there's there's also there's also a second side of it where Man City, despite Man City winning the 4P and despite of them winning the treble, like that, like you can see there's been a bit of a decline from Manchester City. Obviously, the past, I would say, 2 to 3 seasons, there's been a little bit of a decline for City. City. You could get at Man City last season, and you can get at them this season. But like you said, the problem is that the other clubs don't spend enough to compete. And the thing is, for the clubs, what it tells me about the other clubs, this is the perfect time to be spending the money, is because Man City are slowly getting weaker, because the facts are is that that obviously Man City have been dominant. We all know Pep Guardiola is a world class coach, but we all know that always has it has their football always has their eras. They always have their eras where it starts and then it comes to an end. And you can see, even obviously Rodri is a huge miss for City, but you can see that City are starting. Cycle is slowly ending. You can see their cycle ending very slowly, because obviously City could win the league 2 or 3 times in a row. They could do it, But if they manage to do that, that would be more down to the other teams not spending because because the reality is that if you look at Man City squad, a lot of their players are now aging. If you look at Kevin De Bruyne, for example, he's 34. Kevin De Bruyne's legs have been gone the past 2 to 3 seasons. His legs have been gone. If you look at Bernardo Silva as well, obviously Bernardo Silva, there's always been this um, entourage of Bernardo Silva leaving Manchester City. Bernardo won't. I don't think Bernardo is going to stay too long at City. I think at some point in the next couple of seasons or next season, possibly he might leave. Obviously, you got Kyle Walker. What is completely like his legs have completely gone. Like you can see it. Kyle Walker the same isn't the same pace wise. Obviously, defensively he wasn't that great anyway because he relied on a lot of his recovery pace to get back. But when you get older and older, you lose that pace. Obviously, Gundogan is a great player, but this version of Gundogan isn't the same version of Gundogan like 2 or 3 seasons ago. And obviously, and obviously they've got John Stones. What John Stones is like 29 or 30. Like John Stones has had a lot of injuries, and the thing is, he is a great player, but those when you've had so many injuries, they are going to take a toll on you physically and mentally. And the thing is that it, it, is that usually with Manchester City, usually when they have won the league the first 2 or 3 seasons, usually when they won the league, they 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 always had to have they always had to they only had to sign like a couple of players to like win the league, but it's getting to that point with City because, like I said, I see it in 2 ways. One, I see it in the way that yes, enough clubs don't spend enough, but I also think on the other hand, City's cycle is also coming to an end, and I also think that obviously I think Manchester United they are going to spend a lot of money under Amarim. I think Chelsea are going to spend a lot of money as well because Chelsea have a lot of players on their books what are not even in the squad. Chelsea have about 40 players in the squad, and they and half of the players that Enzo Maresca is only working with like 22 to like 23 players. He's not working with 40 players. The other 20 players are in the reserves training or they're unknown at a club somewhere. And that's where Chelsea use their style of play. That's where Chelsea that's where that's where they use their squad. But as well, I think you have to factor as well. Obviously, the Chargers are still going over Man City's head. The Chargers, I don't think Manchester City will get relegated, but Man City could possibly get a fine, and they possibly might get a transfer ban. That might be the only punishment that they might get, or they
Yeah.
might not get no punishment at all. So, like the thing is, bro, what I think as well is that City are good, but if City want to like fully dominate, obviously they can win the Premier League. They can win the Premier League because not enough clubs have spent that amount. They haven't done enough the clubs to take over City. But in terms of if Man City want to get back to the treble level, if they want to get back to that level where they won the treble and where they had prime Leroy Sane, and prime Raheem Sterling as well. I remember that City team were dangerous. Like I think it was in their second or third season where they got 100 points. Like if Man City want to get to the levels where they got 100 points, and when they won the treble, they would have to sign more than two players for me to do that
Mm,
because because Man City Man City, like I said, have one of the most aging squads, and obviously we all know in football that like I said, we all know in football in we all know in football that football teams always have eras where they dominate, and
yeah,
then
sure.
and then and then after they drop off. They might drop off massively, or they drop off slightly to the levels where they wasn't at before. So at the same time, Manchester City have to be careful because they've got a lot of players that are aging. They got a lot of they got a lot of players picking up injuries now, and they've got certain players that they want to leave the club. And Man City have been run great as a club for years and years and years, but the past two transfer windows,
They,
by their standards, hasn't been great by their standards.
oh, I,
I'm judging them by their standard. Their transfer with their last two summer transfer windows haven't been great by their standards, because obviously they got rid of Mahrez, and they got rid of Gundogan. They got rid of Prime Gundogan at the time, who was very in form, and they replaced him for Kovacic and Doku. Don't get me wrong, Kovacic is a good player, but he's not. He's not prime. He's not prime. He's not prime Gundo. He's not better than Gundo, and Doku's not better than
and they brought
Mahrez.
Gundo back as well. So
Yeah, yeah, and they brought Gundo back, but obviously a couple of years after even Gundo seems like he's slowed down a little bit to the level that he's usually at. So, like, if Man City want to fully dominate English football again, obviously, like I said, they can win like one or two Premier League, because the other teams aren't that great around them. But in terms of if they want to dominate in Europe and the league, they are going to have to sign more than two players. They're going to have to sign, for me, for them to fully dominate the whole of football. Like they would need to sign like they would need to sign probably 4 to 5 players, because I just think that a lot of their players are getting on now, and some of the players would be getting fed up of Pep, because they've had Pep for so many years at the club, and certain players obviously want to leave the club. Certain players have injuries, and obviously certain players aren't at the level that they used to be at. So I think City, I think City will win. I think City will win the league this season. I think despite I think if Liverpool was to win, I think Liverpool need to win the league. I think Liverpool at least need to be over 10 points. I think it needs to be at least 11 or 12 points clear of City. I think City have to lose at least 2 or 3 games, and Liverpool have to win 2 or 3 games for them to win the league this season. But yeah, like it is a very strange one, because because Man City aren't the same team as they used to be, but all the other teams are also underwhelming. So, all the other teams are underwhelming because haven't they haven't done enough to spend in the transfer window to get to leap from City. City are there for the taking. This is why, despite Pep there, yeah, despite Pep Guardiola there, City are there for the taking, because in the past 2 seasons they are not at the same level as they usually are. And the thing is, other clubs should be going at it, because I see a lot of Arsenal fans saying, "Oh, we can't win the league. Man City are unstoppable because they got Pep." No, like you shouldn't have that mental. You should not have that mentality, Like
Mm.
Arsene Wenger didn't have that mentality when he was coming up against Alex Ferguson. So
Yeah.
that and and it was the same thing with Jose Mourinho at Chelsea as well when we were competing with Chelsea
He was
as
scared
as
about it.
well.
He wasn't
Like
scared about it, wasn't he?
yeah, like they wasn't scared. Like they knew that Manchester United were one of the best teams in the world, but they didn't fear us, bro. They didn't fear us because Mourinho and Wenger they didn't say, we can't compete with Fergie. We can't compete with the best manager in the world. No. Oh, Man United have the best squad. No. They said we've got equally as better squad as Manchester United. We are going to compete and win the league. That was Mourinho and Arsene Wenger at his early tenure at Arsenal. That's what the mentality was, bro. And that's what other teams need to have. Other teams shouldn't go like, just because Pep's in the league, you can't win the league. Absolute nonsense.
Mm.
Because 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 we've seen Jurgen Klopp win the league at Liverpool. We've seen Jurgen Klopp beat Pep Guardiola. We've seen
Yeah.
Claudio
Bro,
Ranieri at Leicester
Hag,
City beat
Hag
Pep
won.
Guardiola.
Ten Hag beat Pep in an FA Cup final.
Yes, Ten Hag beat Pep in the FA Cup final. So
If that does not
like
tell you enough, then I don't know what else. I don't know what else
yeah,
to say.
come on, like the thing is, yeah, we all know City are a great team, but we all know slowly at some point, Manchester City are going to break down at some point because we all know that the cycle is going to end at some point. This dominance isn't going to last forever. Man City will have a dip at some point. They will have a massive dip at some. They'll have a big dip at some point. So teams need to take advantage of it. If it's this season, next season, or the season after, teams have to take advantage of that.
Yeah.
Teams have to take advantage of that because the reality is that especially with Arsenal as well, they should have had two titles in a row, bro. They should have won the league last season and the season before. Because,
Mm.
like I said, Man City wasn't the same team as they usually are. So, like, and Arsenal didn't manage to get over the line. So yeah, man, it's a very interesting subject. But yeah, man,
Yeah.
obviously, obviously for me, like I said, it goes two ways. I think for
I
me,
think. Yeah.
Man City are the best team in the league in terms of squad.
Currently,
But like I
but
said,
but right.
their squad is slowly declining because of their
Hey,
injuries and because
hey,
of injuries and age and all of
yeah.
the other factors. So yeah,
Yeah. I was just gonna say. I hear everything. I hear everything you say, bro. Honestly, I you haven't said much wrong. I just feel that maybe I think that this is Liverpool's year because I just think Liverpool just looks so dominant right now. Yes, their lack of squad depth might be an issue, but for me, Liverpool have the consistency, and that's just something that most clubs do not have in the Premier League. Liverpool have consistency along with Manchester City. That's where I feel that That's where I feel that Liverpool will win the league with their consistency, and also um, Pep's. I think City are currently still the best team. Like even though Liverpool right now are top of the league, they're dominating. They're dominating English football right now. Manchester City. But big up my guy Arun, bro. Every time, man. Big up, bro. Always, bro. He says Pep win the league or two and possibly UCL for these fuck's sake. Maybe I don't know about the Champions League. It depends. It depends if he can have Rodri fit and everything like that. It depends if he can keep his players fit. Manchester City have had injuries with issues in the past. This is the problem. That's the problem. That's the problem I have with City. They always have injuries. So, and Rodri being out might be a massive like what you call might be a massive issue for them. So that's where it depends. Where if Rodri can stay fit, then Man City might have a chance to win the Champions League next season. But I think this season I don't know if they'll win it. It depends. They can. They're still in it, of course. Man City are still in the hunt for the title as well. They can still win. But my issue with City is their fitness, their lack of health right now, and also yeah, sign a couple superstars before the transfer ban. The thing is, yeah, I think City have not spent well in the last 2 years. Obviously, they got Savinho. Savinho is a very very good player. I rate him very highly. I think he's very very good talent. I think they replaced Mahrez very very well, especially
Yeah,
with very
I agree
player.
with that.
And also
The
and also
video, yeah.
yeah, and also now you've got they let go of Calvin Phillips. They let go of Gomez. They let go of a lot of debt with that. Has come into the club and be like, Pep doesn't like them, ship them off right away. Whereas other clubs, they just be like, we'll give them more opportunities, and that's why United will never catch Man City in a way, because as much as we're still ahead of them in like success, they're catching up to us. And in the modern day, Man City are way ahead of us because they have elite level standards that most clubs don't have. And one thing's for sure is they always move on players they don't rate right away in an instant. United will just give United if United don't rate a player, right? Or if United rate a player or not, they'll give them a chance and be like, we'll give you a bumper contract and stuff like that. And then that's why we can never move them on because of the money. It's because of how much money we give players, and that's been the biggest issue. And look, Pep staying, it sends a warning for the rest of the league, in my opinion. It sends a warning to the rest of the league because now you got to look at teams can like United can they start spending and get back and get competing again with Ruben Amorim? Can Chelsea elevate themselves with Maresca? For me, Chelsea with Maresca, they have a very very good team going forward, but defensively they look like a shambles,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And also Liverpool, lack of squad depth might cost them, but I still think the consistency will be there. Liverpool, right? Have shown that even with the lack of squad depth, they have the momentum, they have the adrenaline, they can compete, the motivation, they can compete. The manager is very very good and very tactically precise. So, and also you've got teams like um, sorry, Arsenal. Arsenal's one big big question mark because what they're doing right now in the league. Yes, they've dealt with injuries, but is no excuse that Arsenal spent 800 million and have bottled 2 years in a row. People are saying they didn't bottle. Yes, they did. They bottled
Yes, yes, they
2
did.
years in a row. And also, at Arsenal, yeah, 1 minute. Let me just get this out. Yeah, Arteta has to be blamed for their what do you call their lack of how do you say it? There's no accountability right now. Arsenal, they're a good team. They're a very very good team. I'm not taking anything away from Arsenal. Odegaard, Saka. You've got players like Rice. You got players like Saliba. Very good players. But Arsenal did not sign a striker in the summer. Did not sign a backup to Odegaard. Did not sign a backup. Did not sign a backup to Saliba.
And their
Did
squad that got worse, bro. Their squad has got worse because
got worse. Yeah, they have not.
yes, it has because even though they don't rate Eddie Nketiah and Reece Nelson highly, you still have to replace these players, bro. Like you can't just let Nketiah and Reece Nelson go and let Smith Rowe go and have no replacements. They had no replacement for these players, bro. Like, like this is Arsenal squad has gotten smaller. Arsenal squad is the thinnest that it's ever been. The only depth that they've got in the squad is their defensive depth. But even their defensive, that they're getting injuries in defense. Obviously, Ben White is out. Ben White is going to be out for 8 to 12 weeks. Tomiyasu just returned from injury, but we all know Tomiyasu's injury record. Kieran Tierney, Arteta does not like Kieran Tierney. He does not like he's not a big fan of Kieran Tierney, so he's not going to play Kieran Tierney. So and obviously Timber obviously is still getting used to obviously recovering from that big injury that he had last season. And Calafiori, I think is Calafiori still injured? I think he is. I think Calafiori is still injured. Yeah, like I'm pretty sure Calafiori is. So like like Arsenal in the last two seasons, and in the last two seasons they had their best chance of winning the Premier League, and they failed, and they failed to do that.
Yeah,
And
yeah, Calafiori is still injured. Sorry, I think it was.
yeah, like,
And
but like, but
Yasu,
like they,
I mean, Yasu's
but
never
like
fit.
they were saying, yeah, hey, Kevin as well, yeah, they were saying, oh, like also have injuries, also have injuries. But bro, Arteta spent
He's
eight
been one.
hundred million. Arteta spent eight. Arteta have spent
I think
800 million, yeah,
I think
and
more the
like,
money post. I think it's more the money they spent post Arsene Wenger. Not
mm,
necessarily. Arteta spent a fair share of his. Where Emery spent a fair share of his, and you spent money on players, right? That you've only won one trophy since Arsene Wenger's retired. Arsene Wenger left. You've only won one trophy, and that's been like what 4 years ago since your last one. Since your last one, it's gonna be 5 years already. It's
yeah,
already 5. You can't win a trophy, and you can't win a trophy right now. It's gonna be 5 years. The best bet Arsenal have is the Carabao Cup. Right now, the next best possible trophy that they could win is the Carabao Cup. But Arsenal fans say it's beneath the trophy, is beneath the club like Arsenal, so they won't win it. They're not gonna win the Carabao Cup. They don't want to win it. FA Cup, maybe there's a chance. I believe they can win the FA Cup. There's a chance. Premier League, 9 points off, never been done before. A massive comeback is needed, and you're gonna need to stay fit. You need to go on a run of games like how you did towards the end of last season, where you went on like a where you didn't lose a single game until Aston Villa. You won pretty much every game until and you dropped points against City at the Etihad. Well, I wouldn't say drop points, but you lost to Villa. That costed you that obviously got you 0 points. So then what does that say? That says that you didn't win the league by 2 points or one
mm,
point. I don't know how far off they were, but if Arsenal were to win, Arsenal
yeah, 2 points last season. It was 2 points last season.
needed to win. They need 3 more points to win the league. So this is what I'm saying. Arsenal need players that can turn up on the days that Arsenal have not been. Arsenal are playing like shit
Yeah,
because
and it's
poorly.
not just
They
that,
need a
bro.
striker.
It's not.
They need a striker to bail them out of situations where they can't take
Mm,
the situation when they can't take the chances. They've been playing badly. You need a striker to get you a smash and grab goal out of
yeah,
nowhere. Someone who can take your chances on a given day. Someone who can score an odd chance that you get in the game. So
yeah.
and scrappy 1-0 win and you get 3 points.
But the
One of
problem is Arteta does. I don't think Arteta wants an out and out number nine. I think he wants. I think he wants a false nine, like he's doing to Havertz. I think he wants like a false nine. I don't think he wants a goal scoring number nine.
they need
And if,
they should get someone that Nkunku who can
yeah,
score on a consistent basis. Because if Arsenal get like a striker that can, if Arsenal get like a natural number 9, they will score. They will bag, especially with this team. The way they create chances for the striker, they will score they will score a lot of goals. Arsenal will score like
yeah,
Arsenal will start smashing teams every single week. Those
yeah,
those they'll start scoring back a lot of goals every single week if they get a striker in. That's what I think at least because
yeah.
you know
But
what they
it's
don't
not
have.
just Arteta as well, bro. It's their fan base. It's their fan base as well because their fan base are one of the loudest fan bases on the internet. Yeah, and their fan base is one of the loudest on the internet. Yeah, and the thing is, Arteta has got the club control top to bottom. He controls that club top to bottom,
Mm.
and the reality is, yeah, is that obviously he was very ruthless to get rid of Aubameyang and Özil. I rated that, but at the same time, you have to bring in replacements.
Yeah, they
You
have
have
not.
to
Gabriel
you
Jesus not a replacement for Aubameyang. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah, like who, bro? Who are they even? Who have they Obviously, they got Erdegaard, but like Erdegaard not on the same level technically as a Mesa Özil. So like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like
And
it's all good at getting rid of these two players, but it's like it's all good at getting rid of Aubameyang and Özil and
bro,
Lacazette. But you haven't replaced them. You haven't replaced Giroud. You haven't replaced Lacazette. You haven't replaced
yeah,
Aubameyang. Like,
and bro, also like you have to look at this.
Mm.
their their left back situation. Like
Yeah,
Timbers played well. I'm not saying Arsenal don't have bad left backs, but Zinchenko, like Arsenal fans are complaining about Zinchenko,
yeah,
like we've not seen this mistakes from him a long time
yeah.
ago.
But he's
You
not a
know,
left back. But he's not a left back.
but,
Zinchenko is not a left back. He's a
but
midfielder.
he
He
plays
he.
in the he
He's a
plays
midfielder. I think he plays 10 for Ukraine. Is it? He plays as a number 10 for Ukraine.
he plays at you know it is for Arsenal. He could play like the Granit Xhaka, similar to Granit Xhaka role, something like
Yeah.
that. But what I'm saying is, yeah, like you haven't replaced Kieran Tierney properly.
No.
That, but even though Kieran Tierney's been a good player for Arsenal, I still he's what there he's just out on loan right now. I don't know, but whatever
I
it
think he's
is,
still at the club.
yeah, Arsenal,
Mm,
yeah, I think the club is still in for Arsenal, but whatever it is, yeah, Arsenal
mm.
need for me left back. Calafiori, I think for me, he's more of like a left-sided center back than he's a left
Yeah,
back.
like this is what I'm saying. Arteta is signing these players to like invert them. Like, bro, why are you going to sign? Why are you going to sign Zinchenko when he's and play him left back when he's not a left back? He's a midfielder, right?
Oh,
Calafiori, Calafiori for Italy played at centre back. Why are
mm,
you going to sign a centre back and then play him left back? And it's the
mm,
same thing with Jesus. It's the same thing with Jesus. Jesus played on the wing for Manchester City, and you put him as a number 9. He's never been a number 9. So and Kai
it,
Havertz has
it,
never been a number 9. So
I don't think they needed Calafiori. That's my point. I don't think they needed Calafiori. They needed
no,
someone that they should have used that money to go and sign a striker. And and actually, you know what? I take what I said about the left back. I think left back. I think the full back's not the issue. Actually, the biggest issue is that their struggle to score goals.
mm,
Saka's been very very off the last few games. Even though he's come back and made a bit of an impact at Arsenal, he's not. He's
yeah,
he's one of the most important players.
yeah.
But the problem is he's not fit, and Odegaard is now injured again. So you're
It,
rushing players back because you didn't want to spend money on players that should be at Arsenal.
it made no sense. Honestly, this Arteta thing, this Arsenal thing doesn't make sense, bro. It
It
does
doesn't.
not make sense. Like for me, yeah. Like I said, use the time. It's all good at having a go at Calafiori, Zinchenko, and Jesus, yeah. But bro, you have misprofiled. You have misprofiled these three players. Because
Yeah.
like I said, Jesus isn't a number 9. He's a winger.
No.
He's a winger, bro.
No. He is.
Jesus,
No. He is a number 9, but he's like a one-on-one type of number 9. You know what I'm saying? He's like a player that takes on his man rather than a player that stands into the box and takes his
but
chances. Like,
Calafiori, he played Calafiori at left back when he's a centre back. He plays Zinchenko as a left back when he's a midfielder. And
yeah.
like Arsenal was playing attacking football, and then suddenly he's gone to this defensive part of the bus, Stoke City football, where they're doing throw-ins and parking the bus, bro. And
Yeah.
it absolutely makes no sense. And it's like Arsenal have no characters as well. In their squad, they have no massive characters in their squad. They don't
Yeah.
have
They don't.
massive leaders. They don't have massive leaders in the squad. And Granit Xhaka was one of their leaders, and they got rid of him, and they did not replace Granit Xhaka. And like, this is the thing, yeah. Like, when Arsenal are doing, yeah, like this is what sums Arsenal up. Yeah, like no other club has a dog called win. No,
Mm.
no other club is squeezing lemon juices because that's what Arsenal are doing. Arsenal have been doing. Arsenal players have been learning how to squeeze lemon juices, and and they are saying hi to win, and they're saying hi to every single signing that they bring in. It's like, bro, it's not a nursery, it's not a school,
No.
bro.
No.
It's professional sport, bro. Like, bro, you have to have characters in there. You can't be doing them things, bro. It's like like Jose Mourinho said it in the Tottenham documentary. I
Mm.
remember he said to the players that they have to go out there and be nasty out there. They have to be a great. You have to do the dark arts, bro. That's what Mourinho said to those Tottenham players. He said you have to do the dark arts, bro. And this is what I'm saying. Not enough of Arsenal players can do the dark
And,
arts. Not enough of them can do that dark arts. All of them are just
yeah,
all of them have just got a soft mentality, bro.
and also,
All the
yeah,
players have got a soft mentality.
yeah, and also it is, yeah. Arsenal fans love blaming VAR, yeah,
Yeah,
but VAR does not help you. Yeah, it does not. It does not tell you how to defend. It does not tell you that your mistake to make an attack. It does not tell you this and that. It just makes decisions based on the overall rules of the game. It does not change the way you play. It does not change the way you scoring goals and defending. So stop blaming VAR and just move the fuck on. Simple as. Why are people using VAR as an excuse to drop points every game? Arsenal fans love
yeah.
using referees as the benchmark for them dropping points. They never hold their players accountable. They never talk about the
No,
manager.
it makes no sense. Like I never blame the referees. You know why I never blamed you know why I never blame the referees, Kevin? Because I know they incompetent.
And also, bro, they blame Man City's 115 charges. What does that have to do with you dropping points away at dropping home
Yeah,
points at Aston Villa, dropping points at home to 10 men Fulham? What does that have to do
bro,
with you?
twice by the way. They lost to Aston Villa twice last season and they dropped points to Fulham twice last season.
Twice last season, 1 point
And
against.
West Ham, bro. They lost to West Ham at the Emirates 2-0 it was, bro. They lost to West Ham as well.
And the year before, yeah, they were 2-0 up against Liverpool. They were 2-0 up against West Ham.
Yeah.
Both games two. That's an extra.
Bro, they drew
That's
against Southampton
that's
as
an extra
well.
extra 4 points right there. So add that
Yeah.
on. Like you lose the league by like what? How many points you lose the league by? Like
It's
two.
it's
But
crazy.
it's mad. Like how can you? VAR should not be the benchmark as to why you lose games unless you score a really good goal. Unless you score a good goal, and then maybe like they rule it out.
They
Then
just
maybe
need to get on with it, man. They
then
just
maybe
need to get on with it, bro.
then
Like,
maybe then maybe I can understand why you blame
mm,
VAR. Let's say disallow a goal that maybe you score and it should not have been disallowed.
mm,
Maybe something like
yeah.
that. But don't blame VAR for your for your dark cards, your red cards, and all that stuff. Because
No, no.
that's on you. That's not on the referee. Kicking the ball away at the Etihad is not going to help you win the league. And
Yeah.
yeah, another one. Like you have chance after chance after chance against Bournemouth, against Brighton, against so on and so forth. Take your chances.
Yes.
Take your chances. That's not on VAR. That's not on Man City's 115 charges. That's on you, plain and simple, right? But
It is.
finish your point off, and then we're gonna move on to my point.
Yeah, yeah, just yeah. I'm just gonna. I would just finish. Yeah, because it makes no sense. Like I said, when you bring stuff like when you bring stuff like win the dog and when Arsenal players are squeezing lemon juices and doing all of this PR, yeah, like bro, that isn't going to win you the league. Yeah, you need to have characters in there. And the fact and reality is, this is why Arsenal fans are one of the loudest because they never hold their selves
Yeah,
accountable. It's always someone else's fault.
mm,
And the reason why I don't blame the referees because I know the referees are crap. I know the referees have always been crap, bro. Like, why are you expecting so much of the referees? You know, VAR and the referees are crap. We all know that they don't know what they're doing. Like Flawless said, they are incompetent. That's what
yeah.
they are. They're like we all know this, bro. We
Prepare
all
for it.
know this. Like
No one.
Arsenal aren't the only team, bro. Arsenal aren't the only team what get
Yeah,
the decisions against them. Like you said about the West Ham game as well, when they first challenged for the league, they dropped points against West Ham and Liverpool. They dropped points against Southampton. I remember at the Emirates, 3-3, bro. They drew 3-3 against South, bro. They dropped points when they were first challenging for the league. When they were first challenging for the league, they dropped points twice against Southampton. They dropped points at home and away against Southampton. yeah, and you've dropped points against Brighton, you've dropped points against West Ham in the past, you've dropped points against Fulham and Aston Villa, bro. Like these are crucial. And this is why I say you need the crucial characters because it's all good at starting the season well, and it's all good at starting the middle of the season well. But it's all about what you do in the last 10 games, bro. It's
Mm.
all about what you do in the last 10 games, and the characters get you the big, huge
Get
characters get you over the line in those games, bro. And
go.
Arsenal don't have them. Arsenal
Yeah.
don't have them. So
Any
Arsenal have a soft mentality until their culture change, yeah, and until they get rid of, obviously, 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 if they sack Arteta, obviously, I think Arsenal are still going to have problems if they sack Arteta anyway because of the Cronkies. Because obviously, like Northside and other Arsenal fans have said, they don't trust the Cronkies because they know the Cronkies aren't bothered about winning trophies. They are just bothered about getting in top four. You know what I'm saying?
money,
Like,
money.
yeah,
Champions, Champions
like,
League.
bro, they are doing what we are doing here, Kevin.
That's why.
Bro,
That's why.
they are bringing in Rosicky and Per Mertesacker as directors, bro, at their club. They're bringing Per Mertesacker and Rosicky. They're doing jobs for the boys. That's what
Yeah.
Arsenal are doing.
Too much. Also too much Champions League revenue. That's why. That's why everyone's like, they only care about Champions League. That's
Yeah.
all they care. Champions League revenue. But any final thoughts on Pep Guardiola? Anything before we move on? I want to move on to the next topic as well.
What about Pep?
Like, you have any final thoughts on Pep Guardiola? Anything before we move on, or just
Yeah,
skip?
like I said, like I think City will still win the league. Like I said, I think Liverpool need at least 11 to 12 points to win the league this season. Because
Mm.
Man City have still catched Arsenal
And
when
also,
they were like 9 points behind.
if
But
if Spurs beat Liverpool, if and City play Spurs this week with the momentum City are on right now, well, I think the international break came at the right time for them, and also
yeah,
they they go to Anfield away next. That's nobody's talking about that game right now, but Anfield away is Liverpool at Man City's next game after Spurs. So
yeah.
that like people need to really like look into it. Like I just think going to Anfield away, I don't know if they'll win because Liverpool always get the better of City at Anfield at home especially.
Yeah. Anfield is like one of those grounds where
Country.
where it can drain you out, bro. Anfield is one of the dangerous places to go in football, bro. Like their
Is
atmosphere, like bro, like City have struggled there enough times, bro, and Tottenham, and they've struggled enough times against Tottenham. And the reality is that Man City have to because, like I said, they've they've they clawed back a 9 point gap before. They did it to Arsenal before. They clawed up a 9 point gap before. That's why I say they need at least 11 to 12 points. They need a couple of extra points because like the facts are is City can still catch you on 9 points. But if it's 11 or 12 points, it's a different game. It's a different game, and obviously, I think City will get in a replacement for Rodri in January. I think they will go and buy a DM to replace Rodri. I think they will. So, so like Liverpool obviously have to keep on winning their games, and City can't afford to go 11 to 12 points behind. Otherwise, Liverpool will win the Premier League. So that's my thing on that.
Spurs, and yeah, I just think just Liverpool's year for me personally. I still think Liverpool win the league, but we'll see.
Yeah.
People, there's maybe you're watching, please make sure you like, subscribe, and also I'm nearly at 100, so make sure you get me there soon. Obviously, if you're gonna comment, please keep it respectful, keep it yes, respectful, so we can we can engage as well. Let's move on. Let's move on. Where should we go to? Should we go to the Premier League offside technology, or do you want to go to the next big news? Like, because the
Uh,
Premier League apparently have turned down the offside technology that football is implementing.
yeah,
And
and yeah, there's been some news about the Premier League as well because I heard there was news about apparently Tottenham Hotspur as well have changed their logo again as well. So it's like, you know
Oh
what I'm
yeah,
saying? Tottenham Hotspur changed their logo as well. It doesn't say Tottenham Hotspur though, but it just comes up with the actual logo. It doesn't say Tottenham Hotspur. So, you know what I mean?
yeah. I mean, Tottenham Hotspur. They should be having their logo. Like, I don't know why you don't call yourself Tottenham Hotspurs on the logo, but it is what it is. Scrap them anyways. That's just, you know. Let's see about offside technology. Do you think it should be implemented in the Premier League? Because I think it should be. Because I think that
The what's it? The center. What's it called again? Sentimental offside, whatever.
I
Semi-automatic or something. What it's called? Yeah.
offside. Yeah, yeah, that's the one. That's the one.
Yeah. That should be implemented. That should be implemented.
Mm.
Obviously, obviously, we all know. Like I said, I would never ever blame the referees because at the end of the day, I always put blame on my team. If my team don't win the game, I always think of it to say, did my team do enough in 90 minutes to win that game? I always look at the team to do their job, not the referees. Because, like I said,
Yeah,
we all know the referees and the VAR aren't the greatest.
the referees
So,
just all the emotion. Yeah, and you have to play into their hands, and that plays into your hands. You need to try and control that. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Offside, system offside technology. Yeah, this is where I think the Premier League have screwed up because instead of
mm,
just drawing lines, like the technology just tells you if you're offside or not.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
literally that simple. It literally gives you it literally gives you the verdict right away. So why can't you just bring it to the Premier League instead of using your VAR to draw lines when you can't even draw lines properly? First of all, and you can't even um you can't even control what's on the monitor properly. So
Yeah,
that's what I'm
like
saying. Just bring it in, man. Bring it in.
one rule what I think is a bit daft about VAR is when a player, when they say a player is offside by like a toe or by like a little toe or by a little knee or by a little shoulder. It's like what what I
On my
don't get is what I
is it on?
don't get is yeah is
Hold,
that
hold,
they would
hold on. Is it on my side or is it on his side? Tell me, please.
wait, what's up?
No, no. He's saying poor audio. Whose side is it on? Mine or his? So it's
Poor
fine.
audio.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Because I can hear you well. You can hear me well. I don't know.
yeah, yeah,
I don't know if it's just
yeah.
me.
Like I can hear you completely fine. Yeah, but
Let me know. Um,
them, yeah, but as I was saying, yeah, like I don't get this VAR rule where if a player is offside by like a toe or by like one little or half a meter or whatever, I don't get it because they said they said the VAR said I think it was in the second or in the first season if a player is offside by like a toe or by like a little knee like or by a shoulder they were going to give the attacker the advantage. The goal, like so. Say if the attacker is through on goal and he scores, they will they will count that as a goal. They won't disallow it because they said that they would give the attacker the advantage. Like that's what I don't understand. Like, but then you say that you're going to give the attacker the advantage, even though he's offside by like a toe or by like a little shoulder. But then you disallow the goal. But you said that you're going to give the advantage to the attacker when it's very tight. When it's very tight, you're going to give the advantage to the attacker. That's what they said, and this is what I mean. VAR is just too inconsistent. Is too inconsistent. So yeah, they have to add the semi offside because yeah, and I just think with VAR, like obviously, like I said, I know the referees aren't great, and I know the officials aren't great. I know that that's why, like I said, I put full accountability on my team, win, lose, or draw, despite on any decision, because I know that they are not great. But but yeah, they just need to try. They just need to. The Premier League just need to get better officials. That's what it is. The Premier League just need to get better people what can do the actual job. That's it. Because it's like these officials they can't do the job properly. So you know, what I mean. And obviously, we saw the news about David Coote as well being suspended, and obviously what he said about Jurgen Klopp and Liverpool. So,
We
so,
spoke that we spoke that last week as well.
yeah, we all know we all know about that in it. We all know the referee always has
He's
bias
saying
in it.
the audio is lagging a little bit, so I think it's from the earphones, bro. I think I can hear something as well. Yeah,
Where's everything good now? Or
I can hear you fine. It's just this is a bit of noise coming from the earphones. Oh, it must have been your audio. Excuse me. Sorry. Hold on. I can't hear anything now. Oh, it's background noise. Okay, it's all right. Just continue, bro. No worries, no worries. Just continue what you're saying, bro. Sorry about that.
yeah, just probably background noise in it, um, but yeah, like they just need to get better referees, bro. And the fact is that that we can say that the referee have to be accountable and all of this and that, but also the clubs have to be accountable, because if the clubs really don't like VAR and they disagree with every decision, like why don't they all the clubs to come to an agreement and come together? Because it's like when because it's like, for example, it's like when your rival club gets a decision against them, you
Mm.
won't call it out. You won't
Yeah,
call it out. You would just laugh. You would just laugh at them. You won't call it out. But
it
when
goes it goes your way, especially.
but when it goes your way, when it goes your way, you have a problem with it. It's like the thing is, yeah, is that whether clubs are rivals and whether clubs don't like each other, yeah, at the end of the day, yeah,
Fans
if
just
you
want to.
see if you see something that is a blatant foul or blatant penalty or a blatant red card, or blatant offside, yeah, you have to call it out for other clubs. That's the only way that this is going to get better, if all 20 clubs get together and call out every decision that has gone against every team, not just your team. You get what I'm saying, Kevin? That's what I'm saying on that, bro. It's like don't. It's like, my point is, yeah, don't call out. Yeah, my main point is, yeah, Kevin. I was saying my main point
Yeah,
is,
I was here.
don't
I was.
don't call out, yeah, don't call out decisions when they go against you. Call out the decisions, but go out the decisions for every club,
Mm.
not just for your club. Call out the decisions for every club, because that's the only way that this is going to get solved. You know what
Consistency.
I'm saying?
Yeah, consistency is key, bro. And honestly, that's what I feel as well. And but on this offside technology, the semi-auto technology, yeah, the Prem should just bring it in. It's plain and simple. It just gives you the right. It just gives you the decision like quickly and swiftly. I don't even have to worry about like VAR, like drawing lines and stuff. It does it for you. So I feel as if this is the right technology to bring in, and referees need to be held accountable if they make wrong mistakes. Sure, and I discussed this last week as well on the show. So if you haven't checked it out, go check it out, people. It was on the previous news and updates. It was about Premier League should be using or bringing in referees from other countries, and I feel as if it's more like the Premier League need to bring in referees from like other 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 what do you call it, football associations as well. So bring some in from Asia. The Premier League have one referee from Australia, right? That's one. Bring some from South America. Bring some from Spain. Why are we only using English referees? There's a certain level of bias, especially when you're in England, because
Yeah,
we see David Coote, like he's a he. We saw what he said about Jurgen Klopp and stuff, right? Even though it was absolutely hilarious what he said about Liverpool, because I hate Liverpool, yeah. But even
yeah,
even Michael Oliver, right?
yeah,
Ref, referees have a certain level of bias in the UK, and that's where I feel like it's time to bring in referees from other countries.
yeah. It's like we
So like,
do that with managers and we do that with players. So why can't we do that with referees? We bring foreign
yeah,
players, we
and,
bring foreign managers.
and this right here, yeah. Obviously, I completely hear what he's saying because he's a Barcelona fan, and last week, yeah, Barcelona got a goal disallowed because they looked at the wrong foot on the technology, right? So technology error can happen. I wouldn't say it was a technology error. I would say it was more of a referee error that gave the decision against you rather than actually looking rather than the technology, because the technology did not say, it just showed the picture, right? The referees just need to look at the VAR, or sorry, VAR, excuse me, the technology. They need to look at the technology and actually like give a proper like view, because the thing is with referees, they don't look at other views, they just look at one. They don't look at many other angles, they just look at one angle, and that's the answer determined. Some angles might show, for example, you got the ball. Some other angles might show that you hit the guy. So perspective is also key in this, because you need to have perspective. Perspective is very, very important. Very, very important. You need to have perspective. You need to have, you know, better judgment in situations like that. But yeah, you want to discuss any foul laws on the technology before you move on quickly to another news?
No, like that's pretty much it. Like they just need to bring in they need to bring in better referees. They need to implement the the semi-auto offside, and they
Mm,
also and all the 20 clubs, when the decision go against every club should call it out, whether they are rivals or not, because that's the only way that we can improve the technology and improve the AR, improve improve football in general. So
mm,
that's what it is for me.
fair. Um, but there's one other subject we got to discuss about. We're gonna move on again. We're gonna move on people quickly. Um, we're gonna talk about obviously just want to mention quickly that Vinicius Junior is releasing his a documentary in 2025 on Netflix. Well,
I
also
seen that, yeah.
yeah, and also sorry, I can hear myself in the background, bro. It's all good now. Just leave it on mute for now. Also I can also there is Manchester City are bringing in another documentary. So yeah, I mean it's gonna be interesting to see obviously what it is. But speaking of videos and clips and stuff like that, Cristiano Ronaldo revealed that his um that his special guest was going to break the internet, and that was Mr. Beast. So I mean, my guy keeps breaking records. He's going to break the internet. Scored an absolute banger the other day for Portugal. I remember I was watching the game. It was a really, really lovely goal, man. Lovely to see that he scored a bicycle kick. Um, and yeah, Mr. Beast is going to be on Ronaldo's channel, so it'll be on tomorrow. It'll be interesting to see. Also, we will discuss this one very, very important thing though. This is the last news I think we'll talk about today. Football club, Olympic Lyon. They've been given provisional relegation to League Two. So because of their financial issues and and their debts that they have not cleared. So yeah, I just want to get your thoughts. Like, some what do you think has happened to Lyon? And obviously, like, talk about the situation.
Yeah. Obviously, I don't watch every game of Leon. I don't do research every day on Leon, but I know that they are a big club, and especially in France, and it's sad, bro, because they've brought in a lot of iconic players and a lot of good players. Obviously, you've had Karim Benzema. I think you've had Karim Benzema. You've had players like Fekir. What played there? You have players like Depay. They've had some very good players over the years. Leon, and they are one of the biggest clubs in the French league, and it's sad to see because I think Lyon is another example of a club that hasn't been run well and has been quite run well as a club. And when you haven't got in football, when you haven't got owners, when you have got owners that don't know what they are doing, and when you got a recruitment team what don't know what they are playing at, like you get these type of situations. You can get these type of situations where you get relegated or you get points deducted or you get this or you get that. It's like we've seen it. Even we've seen it with clubs like Derby and Bury. We've seen it like you know what I mean. We've seen clubs go out of business. We've seen clubs get relegated because of their owners and because they haven't done enough to keep their club financially safe. And it's sad because Lyon are a big club in France,
Yeah, they are.
and they do have high standards for their club because because before before PSG, like I think before PSG, I think I heard that they won like, was it 7 titles in a row that they won
I think it was
before.
I think it was Marseille, not Lyon. I'm not sure.
It was one of them teams anyway, but yeah, like
Oh,
I think it was Leon or Mars. One of them teams went on a stupid run where they won like so many trophies before
mm,
PSG before PSG dominated the league. And the thing is as well is that since Mbappe was one of the marquee players in the French league, but now Mbappe is gone. They're not making as so much money in the French league, so yeah, it's looking very bad for Leon. And obviously they've got players like Ryan Cherky as well, who looks like a decent player. They've got Ryan Cherky who looks like a decent player. Obviously they obviously got Lacazette. They got
mm,
Lacazette as well. They've got a few players there, bro, that
yeah,
that that could actually could leave the club because of this, and and on
it
and they could leave on cheap prices as well. So
is
yes, it's just sad.
because you know what it is, bro. Sorry, could you? Sorry. I was gonna say this, yeah, quickly. Like, you you make a good point about the owners. Like, the owners, like, there's so many like stingy, stubborn owners in the world, yeah. And I'm not even discrediting Lyon. I'm not even I'm not even gonna say anything against Lyon fans, because actually their fans have ultras, like like they actually have standards. Like, the fans actually, like, they they always they always slate their players every single week for a bad performance. They always tell the players how they feel, because they're not scared to do it in other countries. Whereas in England, it's like a different, totally different culture, right? But it's more of like, what it is with Lyon. Like, there's so many stingy owners now in world football. It's like, if you're in debt, just sell the club. Just sell the club. If you're in debt, if a club's struggling, why don't you just sell them? Lyon could be handed they've been handed provisional relegation, right? And they've been hit with a financial financial charge that something like the club's in debt. They can't pay the players. They can't, you know, they can't spend. They're in a lot of debt right now, and that's the biggest issue. Like with a lot of owners nowadays in world football. Whereas Manchester United, we're in a massive debt. People completely forgot about the Glazers. Like the Glazers still run Manchester United, by the way. People like Ineos are running the sporting side, but Glazers still run Manchester United. They're still the bigger picture at Old Trafford. So we're still in a massive amount of debt. We're still in a massive amount of debt. So my biggest issue with United now is, yeah, if the Glazers don't sell the club, we'll be in even more debt. And they should have sold this to Sir Jim. They should have sold it to Sir Jim. Sorry, Sir Jim, excuse me. Sheikh Jassim, excuse me. They should have sold this to Sheikh Jassim when he offered a heck lot of money, but the Glazers is just too stingy, and Ineos offered him a fair deal. Now United are still in bags of debt. So my biggest issue is now, if you're if your club, yeah, is in a massive debt, and you can't spend money, you can't put your own money in, just sell the club. Just sell the club. What's the biggest issue? Like maybe it's completely different in France. Maybe it's completely different in Spain. Spain, they're owned by fans, right? Whereas in England, they're run by owners, like groups of people that actually run the football club, that like people who put money into the club. In Spain, it's run by fans. In Italy, it's run by owners. It's different. It's different leagues, yeah. But the thing is, Lyon need to actually get it together now. They need to get it together now. Like this is it's about time where I think if you don't want to get relegated, do something. Like sell the club or something. They've been they've been they've been a club that they've been a club that how do you say it, that had been in the top flight for quite some time. So yeah, it's not nice to see them go through such stuff like this, because I wouldn't wish it on anyone. I wouldn't wish your club gets bankrupt, and you know what I mean, because it's happened to a lot of football clubs. Bordeaux is gone. Bordeaux is gone. The league should do something about it. The league should try and help with the money that they have. The league should try and help the club stay afloat, even though the owner should be held accountable for all this stuff. The league should also try and do something to help the club stay afloat. So at least maybe try and pay a certain percent of the players' wages or something. I don't know if that's possible, but the league should try and help. The French association should try and help, right? They won't want to see their fans lose their football clubs. Their fans live and die for this football club. That's the thing. They live and die for these football clubs. They go and support clubs every week. I'll give you an example. Bury FC. Bury have been gone. Bolton Bolton. Remember Bolton? They were nearly gone at some point, and they were saved by a group of owners. Bolton were saved. So that's the thing. They need to get grip and do something about it, because I think that the leagues, even though they can't pay them, they can't give them the rights to pay certain wages or a certain percent of wages or something like that. They should try and help keep the clubs afloat. If they cared about their fans, if the league cared about their fans, they should try and do something about it. And you mentioned here the broadcasting rights, yeah. But what broadcasting rights? The club's broadcasting rights or the league's broadcasting rights is my question to you. Is it the club's? Is it solely on the club's broadcasting rights, or is it the league's broadcasting rights? Because the league's broadcasting rights, they have to show every team. If the club don't have their own broadcasting rights, then that's a big issue. Then that's a big issue. Obviously, the league's gonna have to show every single game. They can obviously show every single game. I don't know if they still have good TV deals around the world or anything, French league and stuff. But if we're talking like let's say beIN Sports must have the rights to French league somewhere in the world. They must have some. They must have broadcasting rights somewhere in the world because not long ago in Thailand they were actually showing the French league here. And yeah, I agree. Broadcasting revenue, broadcasting rights has been taken out because even Syria, because even they removed Syria, right? I just feel like there's not much there's not much being done to help clubs stay afloat, especially the clubs that are struggling. And that's where I say about it because I feel it. I think Lyon needs. I hope they don't. I hope they don't go down. I hope. I hope they stay up. I hope that they sort the shit out before the end of the season. Because at the end of the season, they don't sort their debt out, they're gone. This is provisional relegation, by the way. Provisional. They've been handed provisional relegation. So if they do not sort their debt out, they're gone. They're finished. They're dusted. Same with the football clubs that have died down. Bordeaux has been gone. Bury's gone. All the players can be sold, cool, but then that makes them worse. That makes them worse. Can they afford to pay the new coming players? Because a lot of new players will demand higher wages. New players that are coming now, new players nowadays that are demanding higher wages. Palermo's another one. Even Paulo Dybala played for them at one point. Paulo Dybala came from Palermo. So my biggest issue is just try and keep these clubs afloat, man. Somebody needs to do something to keep these clubs afloat. The owners need to do something. The fans need to try and do something because if they don't do something fast, they're gone. I'm sorry if I'm just like just talking bullshit, people. And if you don't understand what I'm saying, fair enough. But I just wanted to give my thoughts on this. But yeah, Ali, have your final thoughts before we wrap it up, bro.
Yeah, 100%. And like I said to you about Berry. Obviously, we all know what happened to Berry. Like I said, um, yeah, and like with with other club, and there's a lot of stingy owners out there. There's a lot of owners what come from Saudi, America, all of these other places, and it's like Leon. They have, like I said, have high standards for your club for their clubs. It isn't this PR thing what in the Premier League because
Mm,
I remember actually watching one of Leon's games. I think it was last season against PSG, and there was like 4-0 down, or there was like 3 or 4-0 down in the first half, and the Leon fans they was going crazy.
yeah.
They was going mad. I think
Mm,
I think the fans were visiting certain players' houses and that, bro. Like they were they weren't having it, bro. After they lost 4-1 P against P against PSG last season, their fans weren't having it, bro. They was not having it. They was not happy with the team, and they was not happy. I think with their owners, and they shouldn't be because as an owner, your job is to keep your club financially stable every season, and
mm,
clearly so far they haven't done that. Like you said, like if you have so much debt and that, like why don't you just sell the club?
yeah.
But but it's like again, it's like they don't care. They don't care. A lot of these owners they don't care about the fans, bro. They
They
don't
don't.
care about they don't care about the fans. This is the reality of football. This is the reality of football that we are living in because and in life in general because every because since new owners have come in and that everything's more expensive,
Right.
everything's this, everything's that. You know what I mean? Everything's more expensive
Cost,
in terms of going to
more,
stadiums.
more costly. Yeah.
Yeah, more costly. Like going to stadium, paying for tickets, getting season tickets, all of that. Like and like
And prices have gone up, man. Inflation
yeah,
for
like,
crazy.
and it's
It
like
costs over
and
a lot of.
and I heard Lee Gunner speak about this because obviously Lee Gunner has a couple of Arsenal fans what go to games who he knows in it, and
Mm,
like and like you and like for certain Arsenal games, you have to have like a membership, and you have to be and you have to at least attend 15 games. Otherwise, they just cancel your thing. Oh, they just cancel your whole thing, your whole like season ticket, your whole membership if you don't go to a certain amount of games, because they don't want they don't want they don't want fans to go out and enjoy the game. These owners just want fans to go in the club shop and buy all kinds of stuff. You know what I mean? Because they know that those type of stuffs gets money in their pockets. They don't want fans to have a good time. They don't they don't want fans. They don't want the older fans what been going to ground for years and years and years and years. They want the new gen fans what will go to they want the new gen fans what will go to the shop and spend God knows how much money in the shop. That's
Yeah,
what they want now.
and that's what it is. It's like it's more like football clubs have become stingy with the way that they fare their sort of like prices, with the way they sorted out, with the way they've laid out their their revenue and all and all that sorts. How much we had to pay to the clubs, how much money we had to put into the clubs as fans. Not everyone wants to put that much money into the clubs because inflation's fucked over a lot of people, and especially with the recent pandemic, not many people have been struggling. So a lot of stingy owners out there in the world, man, and all football clubs care about is money nowadays. They don't care about the fans. That's the biggest issue. They
Yep.
have not long time, and it's sad to see. But at least they know what it is. People back in the day, yeah, who have grown up watching football know that these football clubs are part of their lives. They have been a massive part of their lives. It is life to them. They dedicate their lives to these football clubs. So, but all they want nowadays is people to spend money at football clubs and and they'll bin season ticket holders off. They'll bin long term season ticket holders off of people who are willing to put money into the clubs, and that's the biggest issue, because the longest serving fans don't get the privilege that the new gen fans do, and that's the biggest issue, because people have been going to stadiums for years. People have been going to support the football clubs for years. Don't get the same privilege nowadays, and that's just hella disrespectful. Personally, for me, it's hella disrespectful. But go on, brother. You have your final.
100%. But that's what I clearly said, bro. They don't want these old gen fans. They don't want fans what been going there for years and years. They want the new gen fans what will go to the club shop and just buy anything in the club shop, and
Literally.
the, and that's what it is. And this is the thing. Like this is the thing. Like we spoke about Arsenal earlier. Like Arsenal. Like I said, their owners don't care about winning. They are thinking more about their stadium instead of buying
Mm.
ready-made players, and they are already thinking to exp to they are already thinking to expand the Emirates from 60,000 to 80,000. That sums up a lot of football clubs altogether, bro. Because
Mm.
because you know why they are doing that? Because they know are getting 80,000 fans. They know most of it will sell out, and they know that they will get a lot more money in their pockets. That's why they are doing it. And like you
Mm.
said about the Glazers, like Jassim, I think he made an offer. I think it was 5 billion, and the Glazers wanted something like 8 or 9 billion or something like that. It was something daft like that. They wanted nearly 10 billion to like for them to sell. You know what I mean? They wanted. the Glazers wanted about nearly 10 billion to sell the club. It was like 8 or 9 billion or something that they wanted, and Jassim offered 4 to 5 billion, and they were and they wasn't budging, bro. And
Stingy man.
like
It's issue, bro. It's
they
stinginess.
they they wasn't budging, and and that's the thing about football. This is the thing, because like I said about the Arsenal thing, yeah. Because the Cronkies know, yeah, if they expand the Emirates to 80,000, they know that more fans will go into the club shop, buy more merch, buy more food, buy other merch, buy this, buy that, and they know that they will get more money in their pockets. That's the only reason why they are doing it.
Bro, the least they could do now is if they decide to expand stadium, then they should decide to lower the prices for many other things. Let's say, for example, ticket prices need to be lowered. I think, for example, club merch price needs to be lowered. They need to talk about TV deals need to be lowered as well. If you're gonna get 80,000 people at a stadium, right? That already pretty much fills up more than what you're gonna get right now for ticket revenue at least, and for like because the ad money goes into the owners, the ad money funds the club, the TV deals funds the club, the how do you say it, the club merch get gives a what do you call it, certain revenue percentage to the club. Also, how do you say it? And for example, and sorry, club merch, TV deals, broadcasting rights, ad revenue, and tickets and stuff like that. So that pretty much funds it all. They all need to be lowered if you're gonna get more fans into the stadium, because that'll fund pretty much the exact same what you're getting right now, but just with more fans. You know what I'm saying? I think that's the way forward, because it's a lot of stinginess in the league's owners, man. That's the biggest issue. But go on, bro. Ali, have your final say before we wrap it up.
Yeah, like you're completely right, and we are completely right on this, and we know because the fact and reality is here is that they don't, like I said, they don't take into account that every every people don't just go to home game, people go to away games. People got season tickets for home and away games, bro. People go away to other grounds. They have to travel like 3, 4, 5, 6 hours or even longer, bro, to get
Mm.
to the stadium, bro. And but it's like they don't take anything like that into consideration.
Point. Very good point you made there, because I forgot to mention, fans pay so much money to go up and down the country from all over the world to go and support their football clubs. How much money do the clubs want more to spend? Like hotels, transportation, flights, what else? Shopping, like um I don't know, certain amount of tax or whatever. Fans have to pay a lot of money to travel to countries, yeah, and to get, and also not even that, just visa as well. Having to wait in line for visas to get to the UK, to get to football stadiums, to watch the games. But it's okay. It's all about the money nowadays, isn't it? It's all about the money nowadays. Fans will just have to spend extra.
Yeah, yeah. I also remember when we had lockdown in COVID and that as well. Yeah, when they started to allow people to come, certain amount of people to come to the stadium, they were asking people to have their vaccines done and all of this. You know what I'm saying? Because if they didn't have their vaccines done, they couldn't go to this. They couldn't go in the stadium, bro. and this this is what and this is what it is. Yeah, this is what it is. Like
Mm,
they don't come. They don't, like I said, they don't take into account how far the fans travel home and away to watch the games, and also spend
bro,
money money for the to, for to buy food and stuff. All
bro.
they care about is just the money, bro. That's all these
Why,
owners care about.
why do you think the clubs not? Why do you think football clubs go to America rather than going to Africa, Asia? Why do you think clubs mostly go to America? Money, money. That's
Yeah.
because they're getting the deals. Because they're getting deals, right? bro, when they came to Thailand, when United came to Thailand to play Liverpool, yeah. Do you know how much the most expensive ticket was? Nearly 40,000
No,
baht. Nearly 40,000 baht, which was like I don't know how much that was in pounds. Somebody please, if you can just translate. Actually, let me let's just say around 35,000 baht. Yeah, to pounds. 700 and sorry, around 800 pounds was one of the most. You know when you had to go watch United Liverpool in Thailand, right? For the
yep,
preseason friendly.
yep,
I'll just give you an example. Yeah, let's say um no, actually it was 20. No, it wasn't. It was 28,000. I think it was around 32,000 actually. I think because I remember seeing the ticket price. It was around 32,000. Let's just say let's just say nearly 800 pounds for a ticket to go watch preseason football. I know it's one of the biggest games in Thailand. Yeah, I know it's one of the biggest games. Yeah, in football. But like, come on, man. Like that's just way too much. Way too much. You're on mute, bro. You're on mute.
it's mad, bro. It's
Yeah,
bro. Like I said, like they just want, yeah.
pretty.
They don't care. They don't care about, like I said, because like I said, I heard Lee Gunner mention this about Kenny Ken, and about his other mates going to Arsenal games. You have to attend a certain amount of Arsenal games, because if you don't, then they would just cancel it. They would just cancel it, and you're not allowed to go there again. They would just
Mm,
cancel your membership and stuff, and you're not allowed to go again.
bro.
they just want the fans. They want the new gen fans to go in the shop and spend money in the shop. That's all they want. That's all
And
they
also,
want.
bro. Yeah, it's like Arsenal have Visit Rwanda on their on the sponsor on the sleeve or something like that. Yeah, but they always go to America. Like, bro, Visit Rwanda is literally on your shirt. Why can't you just go like to Africa, like tour around there? United, what it is. Before the pandemic, yeah, United were supposed to go to India. United were confirmed to go to India and tour around India. And then after the pandemic, they came back to they came to Thailand first. Actually, their first preseason tour outside of America, sorry, outside of the UK was here in Thailand. That was their first game back outside of preseason after the pandemic. Yeah, they did preseason in the UK prior, and then so after the Euros they went to the preseason in the UK, and then they went to America, bro. They went to America. Yeah, cool. America is like it's nice. America is a nice place. I'm not disputing that at all. But there's not just fans in America, mate. There's fans all over the world. Like Real Madrid only go to America. They have not gone to Australia since 2015. They've been going to America ever since, and they have not gone to Asia for a long time. I don't remember the last time they even came to Thailand, bro. Clubs nowadays just refuse to go to Asia because of money, and it's always money first. It's always money first. I would love to see United come back to Thailand again. I would love to go watch United in Thailand again preseason. It was a good atmosphere as well. Yeah, and the fans in Asia have as much passion as the fans elsewhere. It's almost just like they just ignore us. They just want to go for the money in America. Cool, America has a lot of good fans as well. I'm not saying anything against American fans. Big up to America, by the way. Like your support is unreal, right? But there's fans elsewhere as well. There's fans elsewhere as well. Consider that. Like consider that. But go on, bro. Let's quickly wrap it up.
Yeah, and I'll give, this is my last point. I will give another example. Yeah, for example, yeah, for example, for example, yeah. I know this is a different sport. For example, yeah, but for example, boxing. Yeah, most of the big fights in boxing now are in Saudi. Why? Because of the money, bro. Because of the money. Everyone's like the big fights that you see, if it's Tyson Fury, Usyk, if it's Joshua versus someone or whoever, most of the big fights now are in Saudi, bro. like because of the money, bro, and
or
like
America.
or America, and this is what not just football is becoming. Other sports are starting to go to places where they can find the money, bro. And this is what it is. This 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 is what it is, and it's like and it's like like I said, people were saying how come they couldn't get this boxing fight done or that boxing fight done, or they can't get it in England? No, because England don't have the money that Saudi do, bro. Saudi
And also,
have money.
I'll try to interrupt. Yeah, how much and
Mm.
also how much DAZN is charging you for per boxing match as well? If it's like one time payment for one boxing match or one boxing event, think about how much DAZN charges you as well, like for broadcasting rights.
Yeah, a lot, bro, a lot. Like again, a lot, and this is what I'm saying, and it's like they'll go to like other countries. That's where the money comes from, and that. And even if we want to talk in footballing terms, like we said about at the start of the show about about the other clubs not taking it seriously. Like if you look at Liverpool owners, American owners, FSG, because they only signed Chiesa in the transfer window and didn't sign anyone else. Because Liverpool, yes, Liverpool, their ambition is not to really. Their ambition is to win a trophy every 4 or 5 seasons, but their ambition is not to dominate English football. Their owners don't care about dominating English football. Same with Arsenal owners, they don't care about dominating English football. The Glazers didn't care about dominating English football when they was in charge. So we've seen it so many times. And Daniel Levy, bro, we've seen Daniel Levy make freaking boxing stadiums and freaking go karts and freaking having music concerts and performances. They don't care about winning. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the reality. This is the reality that we are living in, and unfortunately, that that if 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 a lot of our clubs want to become successful and want to become and winning trophies and dominating football, we have to protest against these owners to get them out. Like, and this is the thing: we all have to come together and protest
Not gonna
and
happen.
call them out.
It's not gonna happen, bro.
But
United
it's not.
fans.
But it's not gonna happen.
United fans were queuing outside the club shop after we signed Casemiro after the protest before the Liverpool game. I saw some fans with a bag of what do you call with a bag of United merch after and protesting outside Old Trafford. Be like, what march? They'll do some march for the Liverpool game. And I'm like, when Casemiro signed, these lot were queuing outside the megastore, and I'm like, United fans are not serious, man. They're not. The most serious I've seen them was during lockdown when they went to protest during the lockdown, and I was like, you know what, cool, calm. That was like that was that was the most of that was the most elite standards you've shown since Sir Alex Ferguson retired. Most elite standards you've shown since Sir Alex Ferguson retired when you went to protest against the Glazers. You should have been doing that since Sir Alex Ferguson's days. Let's just be honest with you. Let's just be honest with you. If you never wanted the Glazers at United, why didn't you talk about why didn't you go and protest every single year? Because we were winning league titles. So it's cover up. It covered up every single crack at the football club. It covered up every single crack because we were winning league titles. There was no issue. It was just covering up every bit of issue that was at the football club. And they don't. And the thing is with United is they don't. They cover all the news up with some toxic positivity on the PR channels and shit. But bro, yeah. Quick thoughts before we wrap it up, man. We're gonna wrap it up now.
Yeah. I completely agree. And like, but like, that's my point, bro. None of our clubs are going to do this, bro. That's the point I'm making. Tottenham fans aren't going to protest against Daniel Levy. Man United fans will never protest against the Glazers every game. Arsenal fans will never protest against the Cronkies. and Liverpool fans will never protest against FSG. So we can complain about the owners and that, yeah, not spending money, but it's like you guys, obviously you can go to the games and have fun in that, yeah, but like, bro, just don't go to the freaking club shop. Don't go and spend lots of money in the club shop, bro, because that's what the owners want. That's what the owners want, bro. They want you to go in
Unless
the new shop and spend money.
unless your football club's on the brink of extinction
Yeah,
and you need your money, then cool, that's fine.
then cool, yeah.
But try to set up an organization that can do that then.
Yeah,
But
100%. Yeah, that's the point that I wanted to get across anyway. Because I know this, and this is the thing. Like, like I said, like I said at the start, like I said, Arsenal can sack Arteta now. Obviously, Arteta, we all know Arteta needs to go. Arteta is a big problem, but Arteta isn't the biggest problem at Arsenal. The biggest problem at Arsenal is the Cronkies, because the Cronkies, like I said, they won't get in proper sporting directors. They will bring in Per Mertesacker or Rosicky, and then Arsenal will be, and then they will probably bring in another region Arteta. That's what they would probably bring in, and then Arsenal will be back to square one again, not
yeah,
winning any trophies and doing this process thing.
yeah,
So
I haven't won for 5 years, so yeah, it is what it is, man.
it is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, it is what it is. So yeah, people are gonna wrap it up here. As always, 24 of you watching, please make sure you head over to the YouTube and smash the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'm currently 12 away from 100 subs, so please, if you could do me a massive favor and please hit the subscribe button because that'll help me a lot. Please show King some love in the chat. Please make sure you keep it respectful as well. If you're gonna comment some things, if you disagree or agree with us on certain things, let us know. Let us know because I'll be in the comments talking to you guys as always. And but yeah, bro, King, what have you got coming up, bro? If you let them know where they can find you as well. If you got anything to plug.
Yeah. Obviously, I think I might be on Northside channel obviously this weekend. I might be on Northside channel this weekend because I think Northside does match reactions after the game. So I think I might be on for the United match reaction, and I might be on who have Arsenal got Nottingham.
Nottingham Forest.
Yeah, in the league. So I think I'll be there giving my reaction on the Arsenal game as well.
Yep.
And I think I'll be on the fan call in show. I think Flawless is doing that next week, because Flawless have been doing watch alongs for the specials. I think I'll be on the fan call in show on Monday, and
Mm.
I'll probably be on Omar channel as well, because Omar does a show about every week on the about all the Premier League games what have gone on Saturday and Sunday. So I'll probably be on Omar channel as well. So you
Yeah.
guys will probably see me on the weekend and that. So doing live stream, doing a couple of live streams with Northside, with Omar, with Flawless. I'll be probably on Mandem United at some point as well, because obviously to talk about the Ipswich game with Flawless. Obviously, they have Flawless has a podcast called Mandem United where he talks with the Mandem about about Manchester United and about where they are going as a club. So you probably see me there as well. So
Mm.
yeah,
Yeah. But yeah, thanks for coming on, bro, and thanks for taking the time to come on, man. Thanks for taking the
yeah,
time to
man. Always, man. Always, I always have to support the community. So it is
appreciate it.
what it is.
But people, yeah, like I said, I'm literally 12 away from 100 subs, so please make sure you get subscribing. Please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe, and all the good stuff. But yeah, people will be out for now. Take care. Peace. Have a good evening.